Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to start. May we be seated. See, I'm told that you have to join us together with the chair, Mr. Hindle. Please come join our DG. May I also request the representative from the other seaters, from FACET, FoodBev, FP&M, MERSITA, as well as MICT SITA, to be seated here in front. Those representatives, please. All right, may we please request all those that are still outside, if you can just call them to come inside so that we can start. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, may I kindly request that we rise for the national anthem. I am being assisted on this program by our language or sign language interpreters, Ms. Makaya, as well as Maema. All right, may I be assisted with the national anthem?
Africa,
Thank you very much. We may be seated. I will now request, as we proceed with our program, my name is Sam Zung. I'll be directing the program today. May I request the guidance from our safety officer to do a quick safety check for us. Over to you, sir.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to the CSIR International Convention Center. I'm VP Pretoria, Safety and Setup Coordinator of the center. Before you proceed, I'm just going to give you a couple of health protocols as well as evacuation protocols of the center. Kindly make use of our hand sanitizer stations located within the venue as well as the communal areas as frequently as possible. Should you fall ill or require medical attention, kindly report to the reception area whereby a first aid facility will be made available to you as well as medics. In the unlikely event of an emergency, an alarm will sound throughout the building. Trained responders will give instructions on evacuation. Stay calm, take only belongings that you can carry. Walk in an orderly manner, do not run. Responders will lead you to the emergency exit, then to the assembly point. Restrooms are available throughout the building. Please look out for signage. As this is a public building, please do not leave your valuables unattended. Free wireless internet access is available throughout the building. Select free CSIR ICC on your device. No password is required. For assistance, please call on any of our staff members who will contact the technician to provide support. Thank you and enjoy your session.
Thank you very much. We are now feeling very, very safe. We know where to go in case of emergencies. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me a great pleasure to welcome all of you to this holistic digitization and technological infrastructure advancement, research and development event that we are launching today. Let's give all ourselves a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. I can now attest, DG, that we now have the volunteers of digitization in our sector, and all of these people that are here are just going to go out and make sure that all our institutions are digitalized indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, let me acknowledge, even though in absentia, the Honorable Minister of Higher Education, Science and Innovation, Honorable Prof. Blade Zimande, his Deputy, Honorable Butima Namela, our Director General of the Department of Higher Education and Training, Dr. Nkosinati Patrick Sishi, that is here with us today. Let's give him a round of applause. In our midst, ladies and gentlemen, we also have our senior managers, the members of ESCO, our deputy directors general that are here. I have seen the acting director general for skills, Mr. Mabuza Ngubane. I'm not sure where he's seated. If you may just raise your hand so that we can welcome. Oh, he's seated here. Mr. Ngubane, let's welcome him as well. We also have our acting CFO, Mr. Kens. That is the money man for the Department of Higher Education and Training. We also have our regional managers that are here with us this morning. We have the hosting regional manager, Mr. Mashele, Pule Mashele, for the Gauteng and Free State Province. Where is Mr. Mashele? Or is that side? Let's welcome him. We also have the regional manager for the Mpumalanga and Northwest, Mr. Dr. Balkrishan. He's wearing a very nice suit, ladies and gentlemen. You see. We also have in our midst Mr. Begi Ngubane, the regional manager of KZN. It's over there. Mr. Brian Madalane, regional manager for Northern Cape as well as Western Cape. It's easy to identify him. I've never seen him wearing a jacket, but he's always wearing a tie. In our midst, we also have our newly appointed acting regional manager for the Eastern Cape, Mr. Richard Medire. I can't see him, but I think he's somewhere there. We also have Mr. Ramnyatse, the regional manager for Limpopo. I know that he is on leave, but let's also welcome him in absentia. In our midst, ladies and gentlemen, let me also take this opportunity to welcome the chairperson of DIGITISATION, which is the lead sitter in this program, Mr. Duncan Hindley, of which we all know him as our former DG. Let's welcome Mr. Duncan Hindley. He is also accompanied by the CEO, and also let me welcome all the other chairpersons of the other sitters that are here. Let's welcome all of them, ladies and gentlemen, together with the other board members that are here. The Chief Executive Officer of DIGITISATION, Ms. Sinxesi, I think she's the most popular one here. Let's welcome her with a big round of applause for her. Together with the other CEOs that are with us here, in this I've seen the CEO of DIGITISATION that is also seated here, and the other CEOs that are part of this august occasion. The chairpersons of college councils, together with the other council members, all the colleagues from the Office of the Minister, industry partners that are here, the CEO of the QCTO, Mr. Vijay Naidu, the regional managers, as I've already acknowledged them, the college principals and deputy principals that are here, the leadership of SABCO, led by today the DSG, the Deputy Secretary General, Mr. Ngebo. I think it's here. Where is Mr. Ngobo? Oh, he's here. Let's give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Together with the CEO of SABCO, Mayor Neo Matsena, I think she's also here. I don't see her, but let's welcome her as well. The representatives from the Office of the Prime of Gauteng. I think I saw someone from the Gauteng department. Oh, she's here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's welcome her. The leadership of SAVETSA that is here, organized labor as well as organized business, the TVET and the CT college staff members that are here, the universities that are represented today as our partners, the students and the other student leaders that are here, the exhibitors that are here, together with the media representatives. All of you, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this august occasion. May you give yourselves another big round of applause. Before we proceed with this very important event, let me just share some few remarks before we proceed with our event this morning. In the global economy, as we continue to move into the fourth industrial revolution, there will be more and more of an important role for the TVET sector, for recessions as well, and there is a growing consensus that without an appropriate dose of vocational training, the economies of even the most developed nations are bound to suffer in a very hard times. And this is not just a developed nation's problem, since vocational education is needed in all the emerging economies of the world. TVET has historically been seen as an education that equips students with knowledge of a particular trade or a profession and then prepares them for immediate work in that field. It is the type of education where on the job you can usually tell whether someone has been through it or not. The preparatory nature of the education is supposed to be evident in the performance of the person who's been through it. And it is this last day performance that should be manifest to the person doing the hiring. But the nature of work and therefore hiring has been changing, making TVET education adapt to overcate many occupational domains. The improvements we are making aren't just nice, they are crucial. They are the way we can serve the intersection of technology and the multi-trillion-dollar economy that encompasses healthcare services, national security, as well as energy, amongst other key areas. In this workforce space, we need individuals who can not only understand technology, but also evaluate its effect on human outcomes. And we need workers who can innovate. We know that we have got to foster a get-it-done mindset and a deep commitment to following up. Today, we mark the first milestone of the CSIR mega projects that was recently launched about a week ago in Beachwood, cementing and fostering a closer collaboration amongst all our 21 SITAs, and this is what we are witnessing today. And thank you to the SITAs, the SITA boards, the SITA CEOs, for making this firm commitment in supporting our TVET colleges as well as our CET colleges. Let's give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. On that note, let me then call upon our next speaker, the chairperson of the lead SITA, which is the ETDP SITA. They call it the mother of all SITAs, and I'm sure that the chairperson will explain why they say so. Let's welcome on stage, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Duncan Hindley. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Program Director. I'm not so sure about the mother of all SITAs, but just to acknowledge that, yes, indeed, all the other SITAs, in fact, pay levies to the ETDP SITA, because they're, so to a certain extent, we have that little bit of influence. But colleagues, good morning to you all, and greetings indeed. I think the Program Director has done a very good job of going through the attendance register, so I'm not going to repeat that in any way, but to recognize all protocol, thank you. But let me just say on the matter of attendance, Program Director and DG, I'm particularly excited to see the number of young people who are in the audience today. If we're going to achieve this thing that's on the program, it's not people with hair like me that are going to be doing it. It's young people that are going to be leading this. So it's really good to have you all here, and I do hope you will be part of this revolution, I think, that we're driving today. So greetings to you all, and as has been explained, I stand here today as a representative of all 21 of the SITA chairpersons, and it's extraordinarily pleasing to note that it's the second time in 2 weeks that we've had occasion as the SITAs in a combined way to participate in this kind of event, this kind of thinking. The Program Director has referred to the SITA Skills Conference that happened just 2 weeks ago. All 21 SITAs participated here. Some of the SITAs also participating here today really does, I think, set a very good platform for the future work of the SITAs, perhaps a little bit late in our particular term as board members, but I think very much a platform for the future in the way that we're dealing with this. My role on the program, colleagues, is to try and explain why we're here, and it's a fairly simple answer. We're here to launch something, but before I say what it is, let me just say this isn't about launching an idea, a vague thought, and an intention to do something. With due respect, it's not here to launch an election promise of any sort. This is, in fact, to launch something that has already happened. It is on the ground. These centers are in our colleges around the country. It's hopefully assisting many of the college lecturers and students who I believe are here today as well, to try and individually keep pace with the changing world, and more importantly, to help our society keep pace with the changing world. Colleagues, the thing itself that we're launching, I'm afraid it's got a rather long name, and let me confess, I've already challenged the DG to try and find a slightly easier name that we can talk about this thing and have a common understanding, and maybe if there are any suggestions today. But technically at this stage, colleagues, it's the Holistic Digitization and Technological Infrastructure Advancement Research and Development Program. It's a combination of a number of things, and I'm very happy to say it's very much in line, firstly, with what the Minister encouraged the SETAs to do at the Skills Conference. He emphasized, of course, the issue of cooperation. He emphasized the digitization of the work that is done. But most of all, the Minister said, provide the kind of infrastructure that is needed in order to deliver education and training. We can't teach, particularly the kind of skills we're talking about here, we can't deliver that under a tree. It's not going to happen. And SETAs need to make a part of ensuring that the infrastructure, both the bricks and mortar, the technological infrastructure, is indeed in place to help us get there. The work that we're doing is also in line with the recommendations of the Presidential Commission on 4IR, which made a number of important recommendations. It said invest in human capacity. That's what SETAs do. It said build infrastructure and own significant 4IR infrastructure. It said create platforms for citizen participation, and most of all, prioritize the coordination of the various components and systems within the skills ecosystem to a configuration which is fit for purpose for the skills demands of the 4IR. Colleagues, we certainly hope, as the ETDP SETA and as SETAs who are participating in this, we hope this investment in our 4IR, in our TVET and our CET colleges will indeed go some way towards implementing and responding to these recommendations. I hope you get a good understanding today of what this is all about, and really it's our delight to have you join us today in this launch of something that ultimately is going to be of benefit to our country. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's give Mr. Hindley another big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. I will assist Mr. Hindley in terms of shortening. We are dealing with the digital transformation of the TVET and the CET sector. Oh, I thought I've done well. Ladies and gentlemen, I just omitted one very important person here in this house, and I think all colleagues will want to see him because they always submit proposals and requests for funding. And our request is part of our ESCO, the Executive Officer of the National Skills Fund, Mr. Mabusela, if you may just please rise so that colleagues can see where their proposals are going. Mr. David Mabusela, ladies and gentlemen. We'll now move to the next item on our program, which is the reflections on the 4IR journey that will be given to us by the respective CEOs, representative from the various SETAs that are listed on our program, starting with the mother of SETAs, the ETDP SETA. So it means if it's the mother of SETAs, this is the mother of the nation. Let's give you a round of applause.
Thank you very much to you, DDG Zungu, as the program director for today. Let me first acknowledge the minister, Professor Nzimande, our minister, and the deputy minister, Honorable Buti Manamela, in absentia, both of them. I know that they are with us and they have given us the support that we need. DG, thank you very much all the time for being there, guiding us and giving that leadership. To all the chairpersons of the SITAs, the CEOs of all SITAs, the board members, the Department of Higher Education and Training, Science and Innovation, as well as all other departments that are here, to all our constituencies, our stakeholders, our beneficiaries of the programs, thanks very much and a very good morning. Given the time constraints, I would just say that also protocol observed. But let me not forget that to the organizing team, we much appreciate for the work that has been done. I know that vote of thanks will come later. As we are providing a synopsis and overview of the journey that we have taken to be here today, this will be just a perspective from ETDP-SITA, but we had agreed as SITAs as we emerged from our summit that we will continue to working together. Initially, this was going to be a launch of ETDP-SITA, but we agreed that there is no time for silo mentality. Let us all move together in this fashion. And there is no domination of other, but we are partners in this and taking forward all the resolutions of the summit that we had in the last few weeks. Just to tap and just quote the words of our president when he said that our prosperity, let me just open quote, our prosperity as a nation depends on our ability to take full advantage of rapid technological change. This means that there should be an urgent need to develop our capabilities in the areas of science, technology, and innovation. And therefore, we need to establish these digital capabilities as a country and making sure that our society is able to seize the opportunities and manage the challenges of rapid advances in information and communication technology. The drive towards the digital transformation and 4IR should ensure that as the citizens were able to compete globally and ensure efficiency and effectiveness. That's what we have been assigned to do as a country, and we're pledging and continuing to do so. Just to give a little bit of a synopsis of ETDP-SITA, I won't go into a long kind of road, but I remember that in 2012, as we were developing our strategic plans and business plans, at the time we used to do business plans, 5-year business plans, before we got to the terminology of strategic plans. We agreed as a team of senior managers that let us have a program where we would say that we will build the capacity and capabilities of the TVET sector to compete globally, nationally, and locally. And at that time, we didn't realize that we'll be here today. And I want to salute the team that I work with for ensuring that we come to this realization today. When the Minister of Higher Education and Training, Professor Nzimande, assumed duties of being the executive authority in higher education and training, we were asked to adopt colleges and make sure that SITAs are in the TVET colleges. As the ETDP-SITA, we operationalize the mandate in a very different, but very kind of a sustainable manner compared to other SITAs, I must say so. They opened these offices and they became post offices, unfortunately, most of them. ETDP-SITA indicated that we shall have programs in all TVET colleges. But will adopt as babies, Ikhala TVET College, Vembe TVET College, and Umkungundlovu. And in 2016, we started with the RPL process at Umkungundlovu, where all ECD practitioners that were not qualified, we ensured that each and everyone is having a computer and set up a computer lab. That was the beginning of the technological infrastructure that we did in 2016 at Umkungundlovu TVET College. And unfortunately, DDG, when I go to the college, the center is still there. The computers are becoming obsolete. It's called Center for ETDPCTA, Computer Lab Center for RPL. Please let us use the technology infrastructure that has been provided there. And then we decided that we have to set up 4 IR centers of excellence. And in these 4 IR centers of excellence, we started with the 3 TVET colleges, Umkungundlovu TVET College, Ikhala TVET College, and Vembe. And I think all of us would want to see a TVET institution being a real TVET institution, and not just a school or a glorified kind of a high school. And then we also decided, with the support of our board, that is, I must say that our board, all of them are very supportive. We had extended the 3 TVET colleges and worked with the Department of Higher Education and Training. And now I can say safely that today is not just a lip service kind of a launch. We have seen these 4 IR, 5 IR centers of excellence in action. There's a movement we're having in Eastern Cape, Ikhala TVET College, Free State, Goldfields TVET College, in Gauteng, Western College, KwaZulu-Natal, Umkungundlovu TVET College, Limpopo, Lephalale TVET College. Again, we have also Vembe in Limpopo, Ehlanzeni TVET College, Vusalela, Northwest, Northern Cape Rural, in Northern Cape, and West Coast in Western Cape. Those were the 10 centers of 4 IR, with infrastructure, with training and development, not only for the TVET colleges, but for the communities at large, and for the benefit of our students that are in these colleges and outside the colleges, in order for us to realize the vision of the NDP 2030, as well as the vision of the white paper on post-school education and training. That is the work that has been done in ensuring that these colleges are set up not only as things that are put there, but as the tools for learning and development. We further acknowledge that there is a need for other TVET colleges. And then we extended again from 3 to 10 to 17. And added in Eastern Cape, East Cape Midlands, that will start very soon. Free State, Flavius Marega, TVET College. Free State again, Motewa, TVET College. KwaZulu-Natal, Elangeni, TVET College. Limpopo again, the 3rd one, Litaba, TVET College. Mpumalanga, Ngangala, TVET College. Western Cape again, South Cape, TVET College. That makes the 17 TVET colleges. And in the next 3 years, we will expand to 25 TVET colleges. And in the next 5 years, to all 50 colleges, because all sitters are getting involved in terms of that. So it's no longer going to be ETDP-SITA, all of us, all the TVET colleges. We have gone more than that. In all these 9 CET colleges, as ETDP-SITA, we started to digitize the teaching and learning platforms. We are no longer going to be worried about infrastructure in community education colleges. But as part of this program, we're talking holistic digitization. That's what we have done in the CET DDG. And now there's training of the lecturers at CET colleges. We have also started with universities in terms of digital transformation in all of the 26 public higher education institutions, our universities, because we are saying that when we have digitized, when we have transformed into the digital space, when we are able to remove a lot of the paperwork that is happening in our institutions, we shall all benefit at the end of the day. And therefore, they will say in the struggle continues for the transformation agenda in our country in order to benefit the young people that we're having today. And this does not end there in terms of the TVET colleges, in terms of the CET, in terms of universities and private HEIs. But we are embarking on a number of digital skills for entrepreneurship development for all our young people. And it does create a bigger kind of a scope for all of us to ensure that there is impactful programs on the ground. As we embark on that digital, DIGITISATION has taken about 3,000 unemployed young people for digital kind of skills to become entrepreneurs of the future. That is also going a long way. And with each kind of training that is happening, in addition to the stipend, we provide a technologically advanced laptop that even after the training, you continue having a laptop. That is the road all of us are going to ensure in our country for the benefit of young people and deal with the issues of unemployment and unemployability in the country. If we had time, we would go and talk to other programs on other programs that we're having, but because of the time, we just want to give this, and we really appreciate the working relationships that we're having together as SITAs and as with the department in getting this. We are also venturing in the space of the technical high schools within DBE so that at the end of the day, we all go together. Together, we shall achieve more. Thank you very much.
Let's give another big round of applause. Indeed, we're excited with these developments that are happening in our space, embracing technology in teaching and learning. And I think I do take your point, CEO, about the fact that we invest on infrastructure and the issues of making sure that we continue, changing and putting in new technology still remains a challenge. But I hope with this concerted effort, we are going to be able to also deal with those issues of computers that are becoming obsolete and be replaced. So thank you so much. And we hope that at some point, now I'm putting my own application, that somewhere, somehow we'll be able to develop like what the Chinese did some 20 or 30 years ago, and I think that's why they are where they are now, that we develop a proper ICT competency framework, particularly for our lecturing staff, because they are the ones who are imparting the knowledge to our younger generation. So hopefully we will reach a point where as a department and as a government, we are able to set up that framework that will guide us in terms of the various interventions that we are putting together as a nation to say by this time there should be no lecturer or any TVET staff that is not able to set up the lessons using their computers, that there should be no one that is unable to join a meeting on Zoom or Teams, because those things happened during COVID. And then we saw some funny stuff when people were I won't go there. Let me now call upon the next speaker, the representative from Facet, Magabongwe Siziba, if you may, please. Let's give him a round of applause. As you say.
Thank you, Program Director, and good morning to our distinguished guests. Program Director, you've set the protocol so well that I don't have to mention so many people because I'll be then taking your task. I just want to first apologize for our CEO, Ms. Ayanda Mafuleka, who is in KZN, attending a graduation ceremony. She wanted to be here, but we are here to represent Facet. I'm not sure, Program Director, because the mother of all sitters has spoken. I don't know what a child can do to the task that she had. So I would say that we are in agreement with the narrative as the children. Or when the mother has spoken, we can't say anything else there. But I think it suffices to just mention some few numbers in terms of our contribution as Facet in the journey that has started some time ago, a journey that is continuing, and a journey that will always continue as we contribute towards the achievement of our 4-year goal. I want to mention that as Facet, we have rolled out across the country ICT hubs that included all 50 public TVETs, 9 city colleges, and also we've established 5 skill centers across the country. I think what pleases us as Facet in this contribution is that we've been receiving feedback from the beneficiaries of these ICT hubs, and it's very nice to see and hear the impact coming from the service beneficiaries. In fact, others are writing to us requesting some extensions in terms of the hubs that we're establishing. With the budgets that we have, of course, there's certain numbers that we can roll out, but it's very beneficial to see that we are impacting their lives now. And some of the feedback we're getting from other beneficiaries is that these hubs are not only benefiting the students in these colleges, but they've extended the reach to the communities, and they have plans in place to partner with us as Facet so that we can restructure our program to benefit beyond just learners who are part of the programs. We also partnered with the Development Bank of Southern Africa, DBSA, through our district development model engagement. We are implementing a vendor certification training program, which is intended to train and certify 50 beneficiaries annually over a period of 3 years. The intention here is for the beneficiary to participate in the project. We want them to be certified at the end in ICT industry so that they can enhance the chances of employability and also address the deficit that we're aware of in terms of digital skills. And here we're targeting particularly Joe Gabi and Sarah Batman region, because I said we are using the district development model, so we are zooming into that region. And thirdly, we are also implementing a SACA accredited gamifying financial literacy program. Here we are partnering with the South African Institute of Taxation. This particular program is targeting 200 learners covering 4 provinces. We are available in Free State, Gauteng, Northwest, and Northern Cape. So we've got the reach across 4 provinces, and each province is allocated 50 learners. So we're looking forward to see the benefits and also the results of these contributions that we do as Facet. We know that our contribution it will never be enough as Facet alone. So we're looking at other collaboration agreements with other sitters and other players in 4IR so that we can expand our reach as Facet. Without saying a lot, because the mother has spoken, this is our contribution, and thank you very much for the...
Facet. Let's give him another big round of applause. Mr. Siziba, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, growing up in the rural settings, we never had a swimming pool. So we used to go to the rivers, and where we'll swim, it was called Isiziba. So I'm not sure if there's any relation, because if there is, it means you and I are related, because I am Manzini, so water. Same WhatsApp crew. The next speaker is Mr. Mgidi from the Food Bev. They also related somehow with Massita because they are all in the manufacturing. The only difference is that they manufacture food. Over to you, Mr. Mgidi. Let's give him a round of applause.
Thanks, Program Chair. Since the mother of all the sitters have spoken, I will not do all the protocols because they've been done. In the interest of time, yes, of course, the protocols are observed. I will not go into that part. And I'm happy that emanating from the CETA summit, what I'm going to share is some of the things that we have already started as Food Bev CETA. But whilst the other two CETAs, they've already spoken much about the contribution, things that has been made in relation to 4IR. Chairperson will agree with me that one of the key things which we have all agreed to partner on is on the issue of research. Hence, my presentation briefly will be more into that element of research which has been commissioned by Food Bev CETA over the past year. And it is titled Linking 4IR Skills with Technical and Vocational Education and Training Qualifications. Because as we all know that it is important that as we venture into 4IR, we need to make sure that whatever interventions that we are doing with the TVET sector, but the qualifications that are being offered there, they should be relevant. So in terms of the introduction and background, Chairperson, it's important to note that the world has significantly transformed due to technological advancement, requiring the need for the workforce to adapt to these changes. So it is important that as we venture and going forward into 4IR, we must know that we adapt accordingly with what the world requires of us. The fourth industrial revolution has brought significant advances in computing, improved networks, and rapid quality improvements of manufacturing goods. So not only manufacturing goods in the manufacturing sector, like the chairperson has indicated, but also within the MERSITA, because the context is just the same. So the manufacturing sector, particularly in food and beverage manufacturing, needs digital skills. This is one thing that we have realized that as a CETA that we do need the digital skills for our sector. But more so, the labor force is not adequately equipped with skills leading to fear and resistance to adapting to new technologies. So always when you think of these changes, there's always some fears which we've got. But technical and vocational education and training, that is the TVET colleges, institutions, have the potential, Chairperson, to help to address these issues. And now the study that we have conducted as Food Bev sector, it aims to identify the digital skills that the sector may need and how the TVET sector can offer them. So the rationale behind this study was for Food Bev sector to require for future labor market entrants to possess technical or technological skills and to adapt to the changing nature of the world. And there's little to no evidence of the extent of technological adoption in the sector, and it remains paramount that the country's labor force is in a position to adapt to any change. And Chairperson, for that matter, the PSET sector can prepare the workforce for the future developments, starting with entrance in the labor market. And the TVET sector, as the initial higher education institution, can enhance technological skills and offer short courses in the future. The aim of this study was to identify what digital skills can be identified for the sector that can be linked to the TVET sector qualifications. And by so doing, we'll be able to identify possible digital skills that the food and beverage sector, manufacturing sector may require. And secondly, to identify which digital skills can be linked with specific TVET qualifications. And on that note, this study had a literature, and in respect of the fourth industrial skills needs, we have identified that through the literature that 4IR skills or digital skills are crucial for employees to navigate the ever-changing technology-rich work environment. Secondly, as work becomes more customized, expectations for individual worker skills levels have risen, making it important to understand the skills under discussion. And thirdly, the digital skills vary on a competence continuum ranging from beginner to advanced and specialized. And what is the role of the TVET colleges in South Africa in this context in respect of what I've just indicated? The TVET colleges in South Africa should aim to provide students with knowledge, practical skills, and applied vocational competence, and they were designed to function as an open learning system responsive to individual and community needs. And furthermore, literature has shown that there has been innovation and success against challenges across the African continent in the digitization of TVET. It is this challenge that we've got now and which I'm happy that we are pursuing jointly as CITAS. It is not only confined to South Africa, but it is there even in other countries in Africa. And I wouldn't go to the research methodology, but it was mainly through the mixed method, which integrates qualitative and quantitative approaches. Chair, I just want to share, Program Director, I want to share with you some of the things that have been found as a result of this study. One, we have checked in terms of 2021, 2022, and 2023, what were the skills gaps? And I must indicate that there's been a digital skills gap in respect of data science and data analytics, digital business analysis, digital marketing, digital project management across the different years. And the study also find out that actually there's a huge percentage which is a gap in respect of the qualifications that are being offered at the TVET colleges. So in respect of the result of this study, we have identified quite a number of qualifications which requires some digital skills. For instance, marketing management, which requires that it should have a component of digital project management and computer skills. The public management, N6 as a qualification, for instance, which also requires digital project management and computer skills, and quite a number of qualifications within the TVET, which require some improvement in terms of ensuring that they are aligned to digital skills. And there has been some challenges that has been experienced or through these studies. There are digital enablers and challenges that the TVET colleges are experiencing. The challenges that are experienced based on this study is that technological advanced TVET system skills are not there. DIVHET does not have a capacity development program for TVET lectures about programs that are in line with emerging technologies in different sectors of South African economy. And the TVET students experience significant challenges about technology adoption and also a lack of digital infrastructure. But what are the enablers which are there as we speak within the TVET sector? Lectures to access tools such as laptops, tablets, smartphones, WhatsApp, email, Microsoft would go a long way in building up the skills capacity. And the TVET lecture capacitation program, it's also important. Technological devices and digital infrastructure are important enablers in a TVET environment. And the TVET students must have access to advanced technological tools related to their qualifications. In conclusion, Chairperson, we need to upskill and reskill our TVET sector. Enhancement of training and reskilling and upskilling to ensure workers are adapted to rapidly changing skills needs in their jobs has become important. Fourth industrial revolution in bringing unprecedented changes to the world of work within the manufacturing sector. The study has also identified digital skills needed in the food and beverages manufacturing sector and links them to the TVET qualifications. And the paper also discusses the factors, challenges, and enablers of digitization in the TVET system. And the skills cluster identified in the paper has also indicated an increased need for digital skills in the sector. And in conclusion, it is recommended that as the SITAs, we need to make sure that the programs that we are offering and providing support for the TVET institutions, we should have a relook at them. For instance, as FoodBev SITA, we do have a program on lecture development, but we need to check that we should not only offer lecture programs that maybe add to our targets, but they should be impactful. So some of these programs, as SITAs jointly, we need to look at them to say, do they really add value? To what extent that they will bring about an impact into the TVET sector? And the other thing, just to emphasizing, obviously emanating from the SITA summit, is that as SITAs, we should partner with stakeholders to invest in a digitization project with a TVET or a TVET within the TVET space, based on digital needs assessment. And this we can only do a program director if we work as a collective between the different SITAs. And just to highlight, because this was more based on the research which we have conducted, which I think it's important from our SITA summit, because this will serve as a stepping stone in terms of what we are doing as SITAs. But as FoodBev SITA, we have also started to embark on different 4IR partnerships with different TVET colleges, Southwest Gauteng colleges, as well as Central Johannesburg colleges. But amongst the other things, the purpose of those partnerships are to address the development and transformation imperatives of youth unemployment by providing unemployment graduates with access to skills development and self-reliance job opportunities within the IT space. And it also aims to upskill and capacitate unemployed graduates from TVET College on an IT learnerships. And this is done through a formal accredited qualification blended with a work readiness and mentorship program post the completion of the qualification. And there are some of the details that relates to what we are doing in terms of the programs. I wouldn't go into those, but I felt that one should take a different route in terms of making the reflection in terms of the research that we have started to conduct as FoodBev SITA. I thank you, Program Director.
Mr. Mgidi, ladies and gentlemen, let's give him another round of applause. And I hope that you will share that study with us as a sector. And I like those recommendations that we have outlined. And I just want to check the House if there's anyone who is opposing these recommendations. Please raise your hand. If none, it means those recommendations are adopted by this House. Thank you so much. Let's give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Indeed, with FoodBev, I think you've now taken time that I would have given to MERS-SITA. So because we are all from the manufacturing, I'm now left with two SITAs because I'm told that FPNM is not here. But we have MERS-SITA and MIC-SITA. So you have 5 minutes to share amongst yourselves as the last SITAs. But I know that MERS-SITA will want to say more. Do we have a representative from FPNM? We do. Okay, let's have the representative from MERS-SITA, from FPNM-SITA. Let's give you a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ms. Kau, Seipati Kau. Let's give you a round of applause.
Good morning, Program Director, Let me acknowledge the Minister and the Deputy Minister, the DG. The mother has spoken, so I'm going to take the lead from my other siblings. My apologies for our esteemed CEO, Dr. Fellenyende. She has asked me to represent her. My name is Sipati Gao. I'm responsible for quality assurance at the FPM CSIR. I'm only going to touch base on what the mother did not speak about. For us as the FPM CSIR, in 2022, we funded and supported the establishment of the first Rural Innovation Center in KwaZulu-Natal, based in Richmond at the Indaleni Skills Center. The hub has a strong focus on clothing, textile, leather, and footwear industries, and includes the latest tools and technology that can be utilized in the space for additive manufacturing. The current center includes the following capabilities: the design space, manufacturing space, co-working facilities, high-tech maker space for CTFL sector, mixed-use space for training and workshops. The tools and technology included in the center is the 3D printers, laser cutting machine, recent printer, Apple Mac Mini for design. The progress that we have made today is to include support of 30 learners through an innovation and startup learner program for over 12-month period. The Innovation Hub, as we have it, for IR Integrated Center, we have expanded the current Innovation Hub into a larger integrated center that incorporates advanced fourth industrial revolution for IR tools and technology, which aims to provide access to innovation-related tools, information and resources, and is designed to empower people to become more innovative in problem-solving, create opportunities for new businesses, create jobs, and tackle social issues in the community. The expansion of the Innovation Hub to incorporate a Green 4IR integrated center included the following stages, where we had the design work, refurbishment, and the layout of existing premises, research into and procurement of necessary relevant 4IR technologies, procurement of relevant tech equipment, furniture, and upliftment. The Indaleni TVET College Computer Lab expansion program, we introduced computer labs which can provide both short-term and long-term benefits, such as access to cutting-edge technologies and international STEM learning standards, which ultimately improve the quality of education in rural communities, which can lead to producing quality learners and exposure to up-to-date skills relevant to make them competitive in the job market and contribute to economic development. The funding support is fully aligned to the transformational imperatives of the National Skills Development Plan, the vision for the National Development Plan 2030 to encourage better access to skills development opportunities, ERRP, and 4IR, and digitization with a directive towards empowerment, transformation of rural development, more especially for the unemployed youth. We have spent almost 2 million for this project. I thank you.
Ms. Kau, ladies and gentlemen, let's give you a round of applause. I wanted to whisper to her that you don't know the power that you have today. The CEO of FPNM is the chair of the CETA CEOs Forum. So we are the CEO of the CEOs today. I know you acknowledged the mother of CETAs, but there is the CEO of CEOs. So that's what we are wearing today. Maybe the CEO did not share with you. We will then move to the next item, ladies and gentlemen, the reflections from Marsita, Mr. Naftali Mokhutsane, who's here. Let's give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Program Director. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. Today marks a very momentous occasion. You know, we as CETAs have been operating in silos, especially in the support of TVET colleges in the 4IR. And I think from the CETA Skills Summit, we have learned that we can do more together. The MESITA has embarked on a couple of initiatives, especially with the original equipment manufacturer, Festo Didactic, whereby we are supporting 10 colleges. And we want to announce that we have completed 3 of the colleges, namely Maluti, Ekurhuleni East, and Waterberg. We are soon going to launch the next colleges across the country. And this partnership helps us to equip the workshops in TVET colleges with the relevant 4IR related tools and equipment, so it can be utilized to upskill the TVET lecturers, the students, the community around the particular college. This initiative is a result of a very strategic partnership and a visionary collaboration that we have started, which will, it is aimed at yielding the results in the 4IR. We are looking at these centers becoming the hubs of innovation, therefore providing students, staff with a hands-on experience essential for thriving in the digital age. We will furthermore support the TVET colleges with the Eon Knowledge Metaverse, which is a augmented and virtual reality platform that is aimed at enhancing education and training. We are committed to empowering TVET colleges continually so that we can have the master trainers in 4IR skills at these particular colleges. We have also started a learning factories pilot with CSIR and the East Cape Midlands College. It is going a bit slow, but the aim of that partnership was to develop a framework of how we can support the TVET colleges with a learning factory concept, which is a practical approach to simulation of what happens in a manufacturing, in a controlled environment, in a particular workshop. I would like to conclude by extending my heartfelt gratitude to all the partners, stakeholders, especially the department and the CETAs, who together saw the need to work together in a very critical digitalization pillar of the CETA collaboration. Together, we are not just preparing for the 4th industrial revolution, but we are leading and charging towards a future where innovation and excellence and opportunity are bound for all of us. Thank you.
Mercita, let's give them another big round of applause. Very important one. Our young people are also exposed in the, the World Skills Championships where they compete with the rest of the world. And I think we appreciate the contribution that the CETAs are making in ensuring that our young people, when they go and compete, they don't get surprised with these fancy and advanced machines and they only see them when they get there. We really appreciate it, and I think let's give you another round of applause. Now we are on the very last reflection by the MICT CETA CEO, Mr. Matome Madibana. He has promised to only do 1 minute.
Thanks very much, Program Director, DDG Zungu, colleagues present, our Honorable Minister in absentia, Dr. Blade Nzimande, our Honorable Deputy Minister, our humble DDG. DDG is present. I always say when I introduce myself to our DG, Dr. Sishi, I call him our humble DG. He's the most humblest of personalities, not so? Yes. Our DDG is present. I saw two colleagues, CEOs. I saw Dr. Shiroba. I also saw Mr. Tibela, Cat Sita and Agri Sita. Colleagues who acknowledged, principals of various TVET colleges, including CETs. Esteemed colleagues, I saw a number of our stakeholders exhibiting. A beautiful morning indeed, to have a large crowd under one roof, motivated by one vision, and that is ensuring that we respond rapidly to the demand out there to ensure that our young people are appropriately skilled in this age that we are finding ourselves in, that is the artificial intelligence age. And ladies and gentlemen, this is a transformative step towards integrating advanced digital skills into our education system. The Honorable Minister of Higher Education, Dr. Blayden Nzimande, in his address during past year's GovTech conference in Durban, said skills development must never be treated in isolation from innovation, that the two are inseparable, and if we are to make greater societal impact, we have to train and innovate. Ladies and gentlemen, the bar keeps going higher. AI, whether we like it or not, will replace repetitive, tedious, or monotonous jobs. And the reality is that it's here to stay. It's going to change the world more than anything in the history of humankind, and we've got to be ready for a world never seen before. This radical shift, ladies and gentlemen, will have implications for skills. Now the question is, how do we assist our people, particularly young people, to build new skills? How do we mitigate and bring on board appropriate interventions and solutions to mitigate the risks? And further to that, how do we become rapid in our qualifications development techniques as CSIR, through our collaborative partnership, obviously, with QCTO, because the pace at which these technologies come into the space are very high. Further to that, how do we teach our people to learn to work alongside machines to avoid obsolescence? Ladies and gentlemen, President Xi Jinping of China, in one of his famous address called Technology, the Sharp Weapon of the Modern State. We've seen what generative AI can do. We've seen deep fake videos, what they can do. The time you respond is already too late. The damage is done. And the question of how do we respond to those through some element of regulation here and there, such that we don't find ourselves reactive instead of being proactive to the technology that we are facing. Of course, there's a lot of benefits that comes with these technologies that we should take advantage of. We saw the stats when the statistician general presented. We're not leveraging enough on digital economy, so we need to do a lot more when it comes to that front. We also saw, ladies and gentlemen, when Israel launched quadcopter drones against Palestine, the power that comes with technology, that it can be used for the good, it can also be abused and be used for the evil. In South Africa, where there are spikes on the road, we spike people when they are driving their cars, there's gender-based violence, we kill each other, particularly as the black nation. What are the chances that we are going to abuse these technologies and use drones to bomb each other as we walk along the street, as we drive our cars? What are the chances? And we need to upskill our people and reskill, but also continue to skill them so that they use it for the right reasons and avoid abuse of this technology. It can be abused, ladies and gentlemen. So the journey is very long, and the power comes with continuing to skill our young people so that they ensure that they add value out of it, and we reap the benefits instead of finding ourselves on the wrong side of technology. We've developed a system as some MICT SETA, the so-called Integrated Learner Management System, collaboratively with TUT. It's currently sitting at 90%. All modules have been developed except for finance module. That's the final module that deals with issues of mandatory grants and discretionary grants. That's the power that comes with collaborative partnerships. This system, ladies and gentlemen, will automate and transform more than 75% of our business processes within the SETA space, and could also be value-adding to further digitize TVETs and CETs whilst ensuring improved integration of our systems, reducing in the process and possible elimination of double dipping, which is a big challenge in our space. In the process, enabling better tracking and tracing of movement within the PSET system. We'll continue, ladies and gentlemen, through our collaborative efforts to invest in research that will culminate not only in innovation, but also provision of much needed industry-informed 21st century curriculum. Hence, to date, since 2022, we have developed with QCTO and the industry a total of 54 IR-aligned qualifications ranging from AI developer, cyber security, Internet of Things, cell phone and mobile devices repairs, Python programming, systems development, virtual reality, fiber optic network, design thinking, data science, drone technician, blockchain, 3D printing, etc. And we urge our young people to take advantage of these short skills where you have taken up programs or degree that is not responsive to the current dictates that goes with artificial intelligence. Make a sharp U-turn and reskill accordingly and take up these programs that really talk to what the industry requires. We have got some learners who studied cybersecurity recently. Almost all of them were appointed. Some of them were even appointed by CSIR after having completed cybersecurity short programs. So we encourage our young people to take up programs that really respond to the current dictates instead of going the conventional route that is not responsive, but aggravating the current challenge that we are sitting with of unemployment that is very high, actually abnormally high. We are the highest in the world. And we must always remember that and avoid taking the path of programs that are destructive. The kind of strategic collaborations, ladies and gentlemen, we have forged with varsities, SETAs, TVETs, CETs, and the industry focus not only on skills development, but also on driving innovative culture by training youth whilst leveraging on existing infrastructure, as alluded by colleagues, in the form of labs across various TVET colleges, obviously put together by other SETAs across the country. So we are not going to duplicate what they did. We're going to take it to the next level by ensuring that we train our TVET college lecturers and young people in those labs collaboratively with the industry, our strategic partners, and we'll be taking advantage of what's already there and making full use of it, like we are doing with FACET on 4IR programs funded in 4 provinces as we continue massifying digital skills. We've managed to assist a total of 568 graduates to establish own cooperatives for the past 2 financial years deliberately to have more startups coming into the space. And ladies and gentlemen, our commitment to innovation is reflected in successful ventures such as the near completion, like I alluded to, the Integrated Learner Management System with TUT and the TVET College SETA Times website, which is developed by University of Limpopo. Limpopo University is a rural university. It has developed a website that will be launched soon called TVET College SETA website. It's complete. developed collaboratively with MICT-SETA. There's e-recruitment solution currently under development by Vaal University of Technology, MICT-SETA intranet with University of Johannesburg, knowledge and information management plan taken care of by Durban University of Technology, cybersecurity plan and enterprise architecture, and ICT master plan by Cape Peninsula University of Technology. There's career hub that is currently being developed by TUT. There's e-learning platform that is also developed by Tshwane University of Technology. There's also management information system, DSS, developed currently by University of KwaZulu-Natal. And there's also GIS, currently developed by Northwest University. These are solutions that are developed by various universities through their FOIA researchers, collaboratively with young people, as part of driving the agenda of innovation. These are key projects, ladies and gentlemen, that demonstrate the capacity of the state and that innovation is possible if we work as a team and complement each other. Ladies and gentlemen, we're crafting a future where every citizen, regardless of where they are geographically, is to be empowered by technology and must eventually reap the benefits that comes with digital economy. Of course, we must never understate the need to roll out much needed affordable fiber for broadened access to network such that all can reap the benefits really that comes with it. Companies must take a lead when it comes to fiber rollout, because government alone cannot afford to roll out fiber at the much needed pace, but also at affordable rate. Thank you for your commitment, ladies and gentlemen, and partnership as we usher in this new era of exciting learning and innovation with AI and machine learning as the catalyst for transformation of the landscape. Early childhood exposure is at the center, is the ultimate answer so that no one is disenfranchised or left behind in respect of the benefits that comes with digital economy. Thanks very much, Chair.
Mr. Matome Madibana, the CEO of MICT-SETA. Let's give him another round of applause for him. I know, ladies and gentlemen, we are not doing well in terms of time. I hope that our next speakers are going to assist us in that. But I was fascinated, Mr. Madibana, with the developments in relation to the drone technology. I know that Vembe TVET College, in terms of the drone technology, Mr. Susha, they are one of our top colleges. But I'm also not surprised that much because days there was the broom technology. So the broom technology has now been advanced to the drone technology in performing whatever that is needs to be performed. Let's give a round of applause to Limpopo. You are leading. Thank you. But I envy them, DG, because I also come from KZN. And there is the northern part of KZN. I just saw the principal that comes from that region, Mr. Dimba, or his deputy, Mr. Shana, says, yeah, there is that area called Umhlabialingan. And I think we must steal this technology from Limpopo to that area. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, the next item is just a short clip, the FOIA video clip that will be played. I hope that they will shorten it so that we can be able to recover the time that we have lost.
This has not just started overnight. We had a long journey that has taken us to where we are today. As DIGITISATION, we had worked with the University of Johannesburg and established a research chair on fourth industrial revolution. Because we didn't want to do things haphazardly. And then the research chair shared the information with all TVET colleges in terms of the theory, the research, the findings that needed to be in place. And when we decided to look into supporting the TVET colleges, we started with the 3 TVET colleges that have been adopted by the DIGITISATION as part of the sector. Veme, Ikala, and Umkumundu TVET colleges. But today I must say that we have gone to 10 TVET colleges. Ehlanzeni Goldfields, Ikala, Lipalale, Northern Cape, Eben, Umkumundu, Busalela, West Coast, and West Core, including Blender. These are the TVET colleges that we expect to see the same and more, but this is the beginning of the process. We are committed to ensuring that we don't just develop laboratories, we go into bigger plans and making sure that the skills revolution becomes a reality and issues of 4th industrial revolution we don't learn about, but those are the things that we see as we have done today.
much. Let's give a big round of applause to the institutions. Now, the sad part about this is that people were already informed that you're going to be on TV. Now we are breaking that. I'm sure this video clip will be shared with all of us so that we can be able to have a true reflection on the work and the sterling work that has been done in these TVET colleges. Forward with TVET, forward. Phambili nge-TVET, phambili nazo-ke. We are now on the next item, ladies and gentlemen, and again want to acknowledge and appreciate the contribution by a number of stakeholders. Particularly, let me single out Vembe TVET College. The interpreters that we are seeing here are from TVET, Vembe TVET College. Let's give him a big round of applause. Angimbono principal, where is the principal of Vembe? Where is she? There, let's give her a big round of applause. Malibongwe. Igama lamakhosikazi. The DSG of SAPCO, Mr. Ngobo, please, on the next item. Let's give him another round of applause.
Mr. Samuel Zamubushu Zungu, the program director, let me appreciate the honor you have granted me. On behalf of the South African Public College Organization, to deliver a message of appreciation from TVET colleges. Let me also recognize in absentia the presence of our Minister, Dr. Blade Nzimande, the Director General, Dr. Nkosinathi Sishi. DDG is present today, led by Mr. Zungu. I must also single out on regional managers who are present here today, Dr. Nick Balkrishan, who has really driven us as the working committee and also the committee that saw the delivery of what we are doing today. And the support, the never-ending support of Mr. Situsha, my fellow colleagues, college principal Otisha Abakulu, together with your management team and staff, CET college principals present, private companies that are invited, and exhibitors, students and learners, I recognize you all. As it has been indicated, I'm the Deputy Secretary General of SACPO, also the principal at Western TVET College. I stand before you representing SACPO. Our president, Mrs. Dipula Neputsisi, could not be here because of challenges at her college. As Public TVET College, we want to express our heartfelt gratitude for the generous funding support for our 4 IR centers of excellent infrastructure. Your investment in our initiatives has enabled us to successfully implement the new NCV programs on robotics, which has currently over 400 enrollment in the colleges that benefited from the initiatives. These colleges now have state-of-the-art 3D printing machines that can make models of any kind and shapes. The one-button studio installed in various campuses of our colleges have assisted us with the delivery of lessons to masses without congregating them in one big venue. Communities around these colleges have also benefited from the centers by attending various ICT skills programs, collaboration that extends to even basic education like what is currently happening at Ehlanzeni and Vembe TVET College. Your belief in our vision and contribution to our effort has left a lasting impact within the sector. We are thrilled to have you as a partner in our mission to make TVET colleges institution of choice. In 1994, Mr. Steve Tsoete, who became the first Minister of Sports Arts and Recreation. It was called then Sports of Recreation in the new democratic government of South Africa. It was during his tenure that he mentioned that you cannot expect good swimmers, professional swimmers, to excel in their trade without providing them with a swimming pool. This can be simulated to a swimming pool theory that Mr. Tswete made reference of. As TVET sector, we don't stand any chance if we don't have this state-of-the-art infrastructure before us. The students that the DDG has mentioned who are going to be competing in France needs these skills, needs this swimming pool for them to excel. You cannot just sleep in a bed and do this and expect that you will be a good swimmer. So, and Mr. Tswete, by the way, he was very synonymous. He was called Mr. Fix It. Whenever there were problems, you will call him, he will come and fix it. So I really want to say, as the sitters, as the funders that has assisted TVET colleges in this space, you are Mr. and Mix Fix It in the IT space. There is, of course, a call for more funding from other sitters and private providers to do more. Your seat shall go a long way in capacitating public TVET colleges. There is also a call for us as TVET colleges to be more agile and respond to this requirement. The survival and sustainability of TVET has never been more urgent and important than today. If we want to survive and not fall or fail like the typewriters as a result of the new technology, we need to repurpose and reposition colleges to respond to this requirement of the new and ever advancing technology. As colleges, we need to remember that the failure of some of us leaves a dent and a sour taste to potential funders. In short, I want to say, my fellow colleagues, let us grab the opportunity granted to us by sitters, remembering that when we fail to deliver on this project that affects the entire sector, we are failing as a sector. Yes, there are challenges in terms of from other colleges, including the funding, including the capacity of the lecturers and even staff that we have. But despite this, let us not fail on the mandate that is given to us. We know that it's not all colleges that have dedicated staff members like Julia Munangwa from Vembe TVET College, Yogugu Matthews from Ehlanzeni, Dr. Shole from Vuselela, Kelvin Mlauzi from Lipalale, just to mention a few. There is one area that needs serious attention, DG, today. Yeah, this includes the salaries that we pay to our staff. Because as soon as we train them and they become advanced, one of the staff members who was just on this video from Western TVET College has been taken by private sector because they can be able to offer more. This also includes, DG, the salaries of CEOs of college principals. We also welcome the funding of the new 7 TVET colleges that have been recently funded. The CEO has also mentioned this. Lastly, Program Director, on behalf of colleges that benefited, we want to thank the funders from the bottom of our bottoms for all the contributions. You are really Mr. and Mix Fix It. Please know that your contribution or investment will be used wisely, and will keep you updated on progress as TVET colleges. We are looking forward to sharing our achievement and positive impact of your funding within the next foreseeable future. Once again, thank you to believe in us in advancing holistic digitalization and technology, infrastructure advancement, research and development. We are honored to have your support. I thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the DSG of SAPCO, Mr. Tsepo Ngobo. Let's give him another round of applause. don't know whether the applause is for the swimming pool. The swimming pool, yeah, the swimming pool. The swimming pool. No, it's easy. I think the message is clear, including that of conditions of service. That's very important. Ladies and gentlemen, I think the next item, as we forge forward, will be the messages of appreciation from the beneficiaries, and starting with the DIGITISATION-sponsored beneficiaries from Vembe TVET College. I will request them to just come closer so that we can... there is Rachel Nembaha. I hope I'm pronouncing correctly. It's Mr. Tusha that wrote here, so I can't read his handwriting. That will be followed by Ehlanzeni representative as well, Abba Manana, as well as the principal of Maluti TVET College, who will then be reflecting on the Mersita-sponsored beneficiaries. That will be the only principal that will come on stage. Let's welcome Ms. Rachel Nembaho from Vembe TVET College.
Thank you, Program Director. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. All protocols observed. Thank you. Okay, I am Rachel from Vembe TVET College. And Vembe TVET College is situated in Limpopo, is next to Kruger National Park, just near the Zimbabwe border. I'm saying this so that all of you can understand that I'm from the Deity Dust, and from the dust to the robots, and from the robots to Durban World Skills Competition. And from there to coming back as the bronze medalist. Everything that I'm saying wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for ETDP CSIR. With that, we thank you. I thank you. I'm standing here representing all the students from Vembe TVET College. We thank you for the 4IR lab that you brought to us. With your funding, we were able to have the industrial robots there. We were able to learn everything that happens with industrial robots. We were able to have the 3D printers. We were able to learn more about cybersecurity. We were able to learn about microbiometrics. And today we have pneumatics, all because of EDTP-CSIR. And of course, we are more in drones. So yeah, we thank you. We thank you for everything that you have done. And thank you for supporting our management. So, because without them, we wouldn't be here. Without them, I wouldn't be the medalist World Skills winner. Thank you for everything.
I greet you all. I hope I'm audible because this is the only volume. I am so very jealous of the previous speakers. Yeah. Yo, it must really suck to be me, eh? Yo. Anyway, I greet you all and I observe all protocols. My name is Abba Lindogushmanana. As I've said, this is the only volume that you're going to get. So please, try to listen attentively and thank you in advance. My name is Aba Lindoguhlimanana. I am a former IT student, graduated from Ehlanzeni TVET College. I am here to stress the significance of the 4IR Center. Following my graduation in information technology and computer science, I found that my certificate wasn't sufficient enough to help me navigate the job market. Thankfully, the 4IR Center at my campus provided me with invaluable digital skills through a learnership program. These skills encompassed new ventures, graphic design, animation, virtual reality, game development, and 3D modeling. Upon completing the learnership, I'm delighted to report that I am now able to apply these skills effectively. Furthermore, I am equipped to establish my own businesses utilizing these capabilities. But the journey didn't end there. The 4IR Center, in collaboration with Forge Academy and MICT CETA, offered additional skills programs covering areas such as cloud computing, introduction to 5G telecommunications, and IT fundamentals. I must say that I owe my acquisition of these skills entirely to the 4th Industrial Revolution Center. Thank you very much.
Let's give you another big round of applause. And I'm certain that through the use of AI, we can enhance that voice. Mr. Tsotetsi.
Program Director, let me observe the established protocols. I stand here to bear testimony and deliver the message of appreciation from Maluti TVET College, which was as a result of the process of establishing the 4IR lab through MERSITA and FESTO funding during the period of COVID. Fast forward, we finalized the MOU of 3 stakeholders with the lead as MERSITA funding 50%, FESTO 25%, and Maluti TVET College 25% to contribute an amount just above 9 million rands. Preliminary meetings and discussions with MERSITA and FESTO took place on roughly quarterly basis. This happened from start to finish, and Bontate Naftali Mkhotsani from MERSITA, Bontate David Sihlake, PJ Odendal and Treasure from FESTO. These were all the colleagues that we worked closely with during the implementation. The official launch took place on the 8th of December 2022, and the acting CEO then of MERSITA, Mengeti Sampande, and also Horst Weynet from FESTO, and also Ndate Marshall Pule from the region were there to launch the 4IR lab, and which also was the first launch that took place of MERSITA funded labs at the time, and then later others followed. The 4IR lab was and is named after Edwin Thabo Mofutsanyan, the political stalwart with vested interest in the human development through education, which is the similar name to Thabo Mofutsanyan District Municipality, where we are. Hence, it is named Thabo Mofutsanyan 4IR lab. Some of the features in this lab is the 3D printing or additive manufacturing, is robotics, which is the robotic arm and the mobile robot. It's a virtual learning environment, which is the CSIR and CSIR VR. And then the automation technology, which includes fluid power, sensor technology, digitalization, and PLC programming. Program Director, as part of the intended outcomes, there were awareness campaigns with the lecturers, with the support staff, with members of management, and also with the college council. Currently, the college is offering programming and robotics level 2 to level 4, which has enriched the college PQMs. With the rural college background, which is in Kuchadichaba, in Kwakwa, Maluti is now able to advance the Science, Technology, and Innovation Digital Plan 2022 to 2023 in the digital skills to realize the digital economy. The Thabo Mofokeng 4R Lab provides the necessary hands-on experience, knowledge, and skills whereby students are able to, one, to use the PCs or computers when programming the Raspberry Pi and other development boards, when prototyping and building the circuits, thus combining coding and hardware. And then secondly, the 3D printers are used to print customized parts that are required to build in actual prototypes. And thirdly, the PLCs are used in the process of learning automation and controlling the hardware by means of sequence instructions. Today, we have brought along the resources like the Robotino, the 3D printing machine, and the virtual realities in the Maluti stalls, where the demonstrations and the hands-on experience, including further discussions with the experts, is available. Furthermore, Program Director, there was a webinar in June 2023, which was organized by the China through Prof. Zhou Jin on lecturer digital learning and training, which I presented with the member partners of BRICS. And all this was made possible by drawing from the outcomes of this 4IR lab. The college was also able to capacitate its lecturers as a result. Also, principals and teachers from the feeder schools, different stakeholders have been through this Thabo Mofokeng 4IR lab as part of the awareness. Maluti TVET College stands to acknowledge the great and excellent work done by the SITAs, in particular MERSITA in the 4IR space, and the impact when industry like Festo is in partnership. The collaboration of MERSITA Festo is enjoyed by the college with the 4IR resources on a continuous basis. We therefore appreciate the investment done in this regard. We further appreciate the work that has been done by MERSITA with the Festo, not forgetting other SITAs that are constantly investing in our colleges, as it makes a huge impact and it improves our PQMs, preparing our graduates for the digital economy. I thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give another big round of applause to Mr. Tsotetsi, who is the acting principal of Maluti TVET College. You'll understand, ladies and gentlemen, that I am standing between the rock and a hard place when it comes to directing the program. Imagine you come home and you tell the breadwinner to move out of the house. It becomes very difficult. So when the CEOs were speaking, I was saying, hey, can I really say, CEO, stop now? It was very tough. Of course, with the reflections as well from the beneficiaries is also very difficult, because we are here to witness and also to reflect on the successes that we have already seen, that we are not just talking about something that is on a research paper somewhere, but we are talking about something that is already happening on the ground. So thank you very much to all the previous speakers. Let's give all of them a big round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, I am again challenged because my next speaker, who was the keynote, somehow somebody decided to steal the keynote speaker. So now the kind of event cannot call for a music item so that I can show how much talent I have to dance. Mr. Madalane, we will now be giving a big round of applause to our Director General for the Department of Higher Education and Training as he ascends the stage. Now he is here. Let's give him a big round of applause. That's the major change. No, let's not be too commercial. Let's give him a round of applause. The Director General of the department does not really need any introduction. We all know him in the space of education, not just in the post-school education, but also basic education. As a former head of the department in the KwaZulu-Natal Department of Education, having moved to higher education and training as well, becoming the DDG for planning, and after that moving to the state-owned enterprises. He's been at PRASA and other private entities where he served before he became the Director General. In terms of his education, I'm not going to go there. He has a PhD, that's all I know, and that's why he's called Dr. Gosenati Patrick Sishi. Let's welcome him on stage, ladies and gentlemen.
And his name is Samuel. Program Director and the DDG, Mr. Samuel Zungu. We heard about water. We'll talk about that another time. Honorable dignitaries present, amongst the dignitaries present here today, there are chief executive officers of all our CSIRs, and there are young people here, and I do wish that our CEOs are out there as the face of our sector. We need to know them. May I request that Mrs. Nombulelo Ngesi, the CEO for DIGITISATION, stand wherever she is. I will say something after that. Just remain standing. Ms. Buntle Lerumo, the PCTA CEO, may I request that you join her up here on stage. Ms. Mpo Mukapile, EW CETA, a very important CETA responsible for energy and water. There's no country, nothing will happen without this CETA. May I request the CEO to come forward? Dr. Felengiende, I'm aware that she's not here, but she's represented. But I wish to recognize her in her absence. Mr. Andy Lespengane, the acting CEO for the services CETA. Please come forward. I can see where you are. Security, where are you? Mr. Naftali Mkhutsane, Mayor CETA, acting CEO. Mr. Max Chibela, the CEO for CAT CETA, is here with us. Mr. Ebert Mashabane, the CEO for Bank CETA, Mr. Sinaem Kidi, representing Food Bev, please come back. Mr. Bonkosi Mtombeni, representing Insurance CETA, I know Kuku is not here. Mr. Sipo Shoba, representing WNR CETA, Matozi Ralushai, representing LG CETA, and our CEO for MICT CETA, Mr. Matome Matibana, who's addressed us here and given us a huge insight into MICT. I think the point, ladies and gentlemen, is not to, the point we want to make is that when we say we think that one of the lessons we've learned over time has been that where we are doing well, the impact is not big enough. So what we've decided to do is to develop a strategy for working together, which means if we have resources allocated to us, we pool those resources together, identify mega projects so that society feels the impact of the work we are doing. Because out there, there's no English. There are 5, I call them quintable challenges of South Africa: gender-based violence, femicide, poverty, unemployment, and inequality. We are not going to make a dent in those areas if we operate in small little corners alone and using the resources that are shrinking daily with austerity measures having been introduced. And so the essence of today, even if you forget anything we say from this platform, please remember the essence of our message is that we have now decided. The list of people that are here could be longer if I were to include vice chancellors of our universities, principals of our TVET colleges, principals of our community education and training. And I call all practitioners who work with us in the post-school education and training system to try and make a difference to society. We rely on this leadership that is here in front. And for me to stand here as the DG of the department, I wish to take this opportunity to acknowledge the work that they are doing, to declare publicly our support to the work that they are doing. You know that in the last 2 weeks, these CETAs were organized what we call a summit, at which they launched what we call mega projects. These mega projects are now big programs that are going to hopefully, with your support, going to make a difference out there. With 2.5 million young people that are in our institutions, it sounds like a lot. But if I tell you that there is 3.5 or to 3.7 million young people sitting outside of education, not in any education, not in any form of training, not in any employment, it just does not work. Our country will not work under those circumstances. Today, we've called you to come here today and commit to you. The speeches that they were making here were commitments. We have representing the chairpersons of CETA, Mr. Duncan Hindle, please, if you could come forward again, Mr. Hindle. Mr. Hindle is the former DG of education at a time when education was not basic and higher education. It was one single department of education. He was my DG at the time. And I'm glad that the system still can benefit from his wisdom and his leadership. We are saying today, with all other chairs of SITAs that are not here, who were there last week when we were launching these programs, we are here for the first time launching what we call a holistic digitization and technology program that deals with a multiple number of areas. But this is just one strand of one of the 6 programs that we've launched last week. But what's important for us is to work together and to try and make a better and bigger impact. I believe this is the message the minister would have given us today. This is the minister's message, and also this is the deputy minister's message. A big round of applause for all of these ladies. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Can we sit down?
It's very difficult to lead such people, ladies and gentlemen, but the mining sector is led by CEO Dr. Mashongwane. I have not seen him. I was told he's going to be here at some point. If he's here, wherever you are, sir, can you please stand? We'd like to acknowledge you. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Chairpersons of SITA boards and college councils, industry partners, college principals, regional managers. Our regional managers are here. They've been introduced earlier, and they are the face of our department. And it is good to see them here, because in their offices located in all the provinces, if you walk into that office, you must get access to all of the services that we are providing in the department. I think I'm tempted to ask them to stand. All the regional managers. I'll call you by name if you're slow. Let's give them a big round of applause. The whole idea is that government must not stay in Pretoria, 123 Francis Bard Street, but it must be where you live, next door to where the services are actually the most needed. And I think that's what we are committing to do, and we know that it's not going to be easy, but it's a commitment that we are making to all of you and to the public and to society as a whole. The principals of our colleges are here, and I was very happy that we introduced the principals, one of the principals here today. I don't want to be in trouble and start mentioning names, but it's good to have our principals here. Organized labor leadership without our trade unions, we will just have to forget about labor peace. The fact that we've enjoyed labor peace over this period, it's not because there are no problems. It's not because there aren't issues. One of the colleagues who came here on stage reminded me that there are issues about salaries. You know, I don't want to pretend I didn't hear you say. I heard you. And I understand that comes from, and as a representative of SACPO, you represent principals, and we respect our principals. And we believe that some of our college principals are excellent, and they're the best, they're amongst the best in the world. And so they deserve to be recognized for the work that we do. We will work together to deal with all of those issues. But right now, what is worrying me the most, what makes me not to sleep, is walking around in our townships, in our little villages and towns, and see young people out of work, out of any form of training, out of any form of employment, and this can't be accepted in a country like ours. It is therefore important for us to come together and share ideas about how best to deal with such issues as I have shared with you. There are officials in the department that have made this possible, starting with the DDG here, who's been calling me by my ID name. I don't know where he got that from, but we will talk later. But he represents a number of DDGs that are out there supporting the minister, others supporting the deputy minister, because this time we are trying to spread ourselves as far as it is possible so that we make a bigger and better impact. But I wish to acknowledge them in their absence, because they are really, really the reason why we've made some progress that we have made, that we can talk about sitting here. There are also those who are the steering committee organizing this program. I wish to recognize you. Dumelang bagaetsho, molweni, sanibonani, good day, bon dia. It is with great pleasure for me to stand before you today to make a significant milestone in the evolution of our technical and TVET colleges, as we are on a journey towards a more digitally empowered future for our colleges in South Africa. Whilst I was discussing, and I think I was engaging the chair of ETDPC, that Mrs. Duncan Hindle, we're worried about some of the centers we've been building in the last number of years, and some colleges that are actually not, if we look at the numbers, we are not happy with them. And so there's still a lot of work that we need to do to say to our young people, look carefully at the programs that we are offering in these institutions. It can't be in a country like ours that we have some of these institutions that we have built with millions and millions of rands to have them still standing empty. And I think it is important. I can assure you, we do not build at these institutions. Right now, I've been launching, and we're about to launch about 12 more TVET college campuses. We've built 2 new universities, Solplak universities, Mpumalanga University. We are planning to build, as from next year, 2 additional universities. And you can actually see we are expanding the post-school education and training system, because we do not wish to have any one of our young people in the country sitting without access to education. So as we gather here to launch the 4th Industrial Revolution projects funded by CSIR and other business partners, first we want to thank the CSIR for this contribution, but most importantly, it's not the money. It is their visibility and leadership that we want. After you've given us those resources, we still need you to lead us so that we are able to make an impact that is necessary in society. And so I wish to thank you for the work that we are doing. The 4th Industrial Revolution is not merely a buzzword. It's a paradigm shift. It's an attempt to reshape our industries, our economies, our society around the world, utilizing technology and ensuring that through digitization we are able to achieve societal goals. Therefore, our colleges are now our platforms that must help us to keep the pace with this change and lead the charge in preparation for access to education by our youth, and ensuring that we deal with challenges and opportunities and grab the opportunities that are made available by the digital age. One of the key benefits of an integrated fourth industrial revolution technology into TVET colleges is the enhancement of learning outcomes and skills development by leveraging cutting-edge tools such as artificial intelligence, robotics, and virtual reality. We can provide students with hands-on experience and practical skills that are directly relevant to the demands of the modern workplace. Last year I had an opportunity to visit some of the competitions, world skills competitions at which most of our young people were competing. And well done to the sector for supporting our youngsters in doing so. Well done for organizing the South African competition. But we've got these young people that emerged as winners in those competitions. Normally in the past we would have these youngsters going to compete at the world stage. Now we are going to France. But I have not heard much about how we are preparing them for the world stage. They have won, that's fine. But that's not enough, as we have learned in previous world skills competitions. They need to be mentored, they need to be assisted, because their confidence will be crushed if they are launched into a global platform without proper support. May I request that all the colleagues that are involved in the World Skills Program assist us in this regard. It is very important, and I also take this opportunity because we've got CEOs here to please ask, keep asking difficult questions about the preparations towards this competition. It is really important to us that we do so, because if we are able to compete at a global stage and are able to make a mark as a country or as an education system, the esteem of our system out there as currency that is important for our qualifications. Your piece of certificate, your certificate is just a piece of paper if it is not recognized by employers out there, not only in our economy, but in all economies, especially global economies. So it's important that in a country like ours, with a smaller economy, we realize that if we were to deal with the issues of unemployment, it's important that we improve the quality of the training and development that we are giving, so that those exiting the system out to look for opportunities, because they come from an esteemed system, then their opportunities or the doors of learning shall keep opening for them. And it's important for me to say this. First and foremost, integrating fourth industrial revolution technologies into the curriculum can streamline and enhance the learning experience for students. Imagine a scenario where students can access interactive, personalized learning materials tailored to their individual needs and learning styles. If you are given an opportunity to experience this, I can assure you many of our young people can showcase many talents that can open up opportunities for even more of the youngsters in our economy. May I request that we take advantage of this stance that we have taken to say we're going to collaborate, a stance that says we are going to work together, we are going to pool the resources together. I spent time yesterday with the governor for the Reserve Bank, and he says to me, if we have any chance, if we've got any opportunity in our country to make a difference under such difficult economic conditions, it is about skills development. Go out there, do more than what we are doing. And I told him about our plans and so forth, But no one is impressed about plans. People want to see what you are going to do in the implementation of those plans. And therefore, it's not going to mean anything for us to stand here and speak English if it's not going to be visible what we are talking about in the experiences of those who are desperately in need of access to education and access to opportunities. Furthermore, the fourth industrial revolution can help us in teaching and even in assessing the work of our TVET colleges. Virtual reality simulations can provide students with hands-on experience in a safe and controlled environment. And I think it's important that we really take advantage of this angle, because if we do not have enough resources, simulations and virtual reality opportunities can actually bring realities closest to many of our young people. And this is one of the plans in the mega programs that we have launched in the couple of weeks ago. There are certain tasks such as student registration, course scheduling, resource allocation that can also be streamlined and automated through the use of AI-powered system. And this not only reduces the administrative burden of college staff. Now, I have to indicate why this is important to me. Our Constitution says that there shall be free education for all in basic education. But when it speaks of higher education, or it speaks of further education, our Constitution speaks of progressive realization. It speaks of it shall be made available as the state develops the capacity to do so, which therefore it means for us the task is to gradually, as we develop the capacity, create these opportunities, open new training and development centers, open new campuses of our institutions, taking them to the furthest areas where society is located, so that it is cheaper to get there, so that it is easier to get there, but where quality is comparable to quality you can access anywhere else in the country. And that is why technology is important for all of us. Back in 2020, our Honorable President, His Excellency Ramaphosa, in the State of the Nation's address, indicated the urgent need to develop capabilities in areas of science, technology, and innovation in order to take full advantage of the rapid technological change as the nation's prosperity apologies. The President, in this regard, went on to indicate the establishment of the Digital Industrial Revolution Commission, which would include the private sector and the civil society. My point being, it's important that working together is understood not to mean government working alone. It's important that government department and entities collaborate, but it's also important that we work with industry. I cannot overemphasize this point. It's important that we pull industry so that they work with us. Confidence in the work that we are doing in education. Confidence in the training programs that we are providing is not going to come on its own. It will emerge because people can see it, because people have access to it. In the past, when we had Report 190, 191, our agreement between government and industry was that for 3 months, you will get workers trained within our system. Through our trimester system, we will also provide training and development. That's why, certificates were offered through trimester and semester systems, which allowed those students to come to workplace, spend time, experience practical, reality of the working environment, but also get another 3 months going to training and vice versa. And in that regard, the collaboration between the industry, and government departments worked. When we speak about education, it must be understood that education is not departments. I think that is one thing that we've lost a sense of. Education is a system. When we say education, we need to speak about the system of education, which means we're speaking about arts and culture. That's education. We speak about sports and recreation. That's education. Science and innovation. We have the largest radio telescope in the Northern Cape through the square kilometer array. And there are students in some schools that are still drawing it instead of going there and experience it. So these are the things that needs to change in the system. And this is because we are still operating in balkanized environments. And ours is to begin to work towards breaking those barriers and opening opportunities so that we can be advised, we can be supported in the work that we are doing. After the Presidential Commission had conducted some research and had done some analysis, they produced a report, which I wish to share with you very briefly. A report that suggested that we needed to invest in human capacity. This is really important. If you were to go to countries like Singapore or any other country in Southeast Asia, most of those countries have no mineral resources at the scale that we see and have in Africa. But their economies are amongst the best in the world. Why is this so? It is because they have identified human capital as the most important resource in their countries. They value people. They invest in people. Those youngsters exit their own economies to go and earn currencies outside of their own countries, and they come back to invest that money back in their own economies, in their own countries. I visited some country in the Southeast Asia, and the taxi driver said to me, we value our people, and our wealth is our people. That is what came from someone taking me on a taxi from an airport to the conference center I was going. That also shows something about the level of education that society in other countries have. So that you understand when you say community education, we mean lifelong learning and development. When we say community education, we mean it's not just adult basic literacy, but it means if the last time you were at school was 5 years ago, it means right now you've gradually becoming illiterate, and therefore you need to keep updating your own skills level so that we are able to keep up with the demands of society. One of the areas that this report raised was that we need to build infrastructure and need to own significant 4IR infrastructure. We need to create platforms for citizen participation. We need to establish creative AI, big data analytics, blockchain, and cyber security. We need to redesign and align our skills ecosystem for agility necessary for the fourth industrial revolution learning. And we need to prioritize the coordination of components and systems within complete skills ecosystem to a new configuration which is fit for the purpose for the skills demand in our country. Now we've got this report. It's good to quote this report, but there's a purpose to, in the first place, that the President appointed this commission. And it means our duty is to look into this report and test our plans against the views that emerge from such a report so that we are able to close the gaps in our planning and so that we close the gap in our forecasting. In the last couple of years, we established what we call the labor market intelligence program. Because what we thought needs to happen in our country is that for us to guide our universities, to guide our colleges and our community education and to guide our SETAs, it is important for us to go into the future where we aspire to see. See what it is that is located in that future, track backwards because we know where we are taking the system, and advise and guide our institutions. So every year we publish reports on scarce skills, and please look into those reports on scarce skills because they are updated every year so that our institutions update their curricular offerings, our institutions align themselves with new digitization strategies so that we are able to keep up with those that are ahead of us. This research is available. If you go to our website and look at what we call LMIP portal, which is Labor Market Intelligence Program, there is a portal there which have research papers that have been produced by some of our best scholars that speaks into areas of your interests. And if you look into that, you will not repeat work that already has been done. Instead, you'll use it as a stepping stone to lift yourself to a next level of work that still needs to be done. The World Bank has established that about 65% of our children entering primary school today will ultimately end up working in completely new jobs that don't exist yet. We need to pay attention to this, that we are established institutions, but many of the people that are in these institutions, by the time they graduate, they will be competent in areas where jobs for that are no longer existing. So the change is not in the future. The change is now. It's important that we do so. There are people who must speak about this. Leaders in our education and sector, don't keep quiet in the spaces that you are leading. Regional managers, CEOs of our SETAs, vice chancellors of our universities, speak to our young people to choose their career paths correctly, understanding the needs of our country. It is not correct that we keep teaching our youngsters based on the programs that in which our lecturers are competent to teach, and not what is the needs of the country and the needs of our students. I think this is really, really important. Partnerships are important. I think all of us have heard about this one. Partnerships are important. But I don't think that we know how to establish partnerships because it has not worked. For example, I've attended summits where we say now we call a summit, but I see us only. We keep circulating ideas amongst ourselves, the same ideas, such that there is nothing new anymore because we've heard about it before. And it's going to be like that for many years if we do not establish stronger partnerships, especially global partnerships. My office is busy with an analysis of overseas travel by officials, just to get a sense of what do we do when we get there? What do we do with what we learn when we get back to our country? Or we just write in our CVs that I also have been in that country and in that other country. And that does not get into the curriculum frameworks that we are developing so that they start shaping these issues. I think many people are tired of us now. They're tired of all of this repetition, trying to self-sustain. You know, systems are trying to sustain themselves. You know, everyone who speaks to sustain the areas they are responsible for. They are not informed by an understanding of what are the needs of our people out there. And I think that is what we are trying to do together with the CSIRs today. And we know that this collaboration with our CSIRs is not enough if we do not, involve other stakeholders that are not here. If we don't pull labor with us, and if we don't pull student representatives, council, and not be afraid of the voices of students. You were students yourselves at some point. Why is it difficult for us to sit with our students and listen to what they say? These are the things that needs to happen. As we curriculate, we must curriculate informed by what is going to be the needs of tomorrow. And it stands to reason then that the creation of the establishment of the 4IR centers and the AI laboratories in colleges is not a pie in the sky, but a very solid response to the National Plan on Post-School Education and Training. And this is also a good contribution towards enhancing the 20 June 2023 parliamentary launch of the 4th Industrial Campaign to identify and encourage young people to be passionate about things 4IR. It provides a great opportunity and platform to combat the high unemployment rates experienced in our country. And we've said that before, we've been saying this many other times. But I think right now it is about what are we going to do about it that really, really matters. And I think that's why we are saying in the department, this thing of offices there, let's go out. And I think in that way, we are going to, let's work with the private sector as well. Well, let's work with private colleges. Let's work with private universities. Let's work with private research institutes and skills development, enterprises in our country and abroad to create solutions for our youngsters, for our young people in our own country, if we really love this country that is so beautiful. And when we sing the national anthem and we say, Nkosi Sikelel' Africa, it must also mean to us we are committing to Africa. We are committing to South Africa that we will do the best what we can to make it work. As we embark on this exciting journey, let us remain steadfast in our commitment to excellence, to innovation and inclusivity. It is a waste of time for our youngsters if we create new institutions, but when they get to those institutions, there's no one to teach them the quality that is necessary. So it's important for us as we do this, and I've been in the last couple of weeks, seeing amazing and fantastic infrastructure that our CSIRs are developing for us. Let's make sure that the one who stands in front of those youngsters is someone who's worthy of the time to do so. And I think it's important that we do this. Together, we can ensure that our college system remain at the forefront of skills development and empowerment. And it's important also, as I conclude, to thank our public and private organizations that are actively involved in the venture to enhance the capabilities of our colleges, to recognize them and to also indicate that the expertise and encourage them to join and help our department to ensure that all the 50 colleges have at least one 4IR center to enable all students and youth, irrespective of the areas they come from, to benefit and be well prepared for the world of work and contribute towards the growth of our beautiful country, South Africa. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Let's give another big round of applause for Director General, Dr. Sishi. Siyabonga kakhulu, Mqondisi. We will now be moving to our next item, and I've been advised that it's only for those that are seated in front. And I consider myself being part, although my seat is on this side. We will then be moving to that item. Pambili ngamasita, pambili. Pambili ngamasita, pambili. Pambili ngamativeti, pambili. Forward with TVET, forward. We are now moving forward to chow the cake. We will be requesting Mr. Setusha to guide us on this proceeding, where we'll be cutting the ribbon as we launch this holistic digitization and technological infrastructure advancement and research and development. As we cut the ribbon with the Director General, together with the sitters, led by the Chair, Mr. Hindley, as well as the CEOs that are in front of us, will join them as they do that. And I'm told that the champagne that you are seeing, ladies and gentlemen, is a non-alcoholic one. So we don't have to declare. May we then proceed, DG, together with the Chair and the CEOs, as we move closer to cutting the ribbon. Mr. Setusha is used to opening champagnes. I'm not sure where. I'm not sure, CE, if you want to say a few words before we cut the ribbon. CE Nlesi. I think we can give her the mic as she cuts the ribbon. There is a... Can we give her the mic, please? Yes.
Once more, thank you very much, DDG. DG, the chairperson of the ETDP SITA. And on behalf of all the 21 sitters, I would like to indicate that this is the way to go once more, as we have launched our 6 programs. This is the first program that we are demonstrating this commitment. Next week on the 14th of May, Rural Development for Community Impact will also be launched to show our commitment to the good cause of ensuring that there is a better life for all in this country through skills development. And on behalf of the sitters, TVET colleges, cities, and the family of PSET in general, I declare that this launch on behalf of Honorable Minister and Honorable Deputy Minister and the DG that it is indeed a success and has been launched today. We cut the ribbon.
Let's enjoy the champagne.
Ubaba Manzini has just given this to me. So we usually curate this, right? Because we spend a lot of resources in terms of our communication. So it's not just the optics. We usually curate this. So our comms team here wants you to pose in a particular way, you know. Do that. Yes. Are you happy with it? Okay. So you can continue smiling, DG. Yabonga, thanks.
Thank you, Sembele. He is the minister's spokesperson, so he wanted to make sure that we capture this moment very well. I think we can then drink to this. There's no jolly good fellow. We will just have a toast to this on the count of 3, 2, 1. Cheers to the mega 4th Industrial Revolution launch. You can drink with us, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. This part is now done. We will then proceed, ladies and gentlemen, with our next item. You may now put the lights on so that you are able to see me. Otherwise, you might have a challenge of just seeing a white shirt. The next item, as we move closer towards the end of our program, ladies and gentlemen, is actually the vote of thanks, which should be delivered not by our Deputy Director General for Skills, Mr. Mvalo, but it will be delivered by Dr. Balkrishan, who is the Regional Manager for Mpumalanga and Northwest, but he is also part of the committee on the 4IR. Ladies and gentlemen, may you all give yourselves a very big round of applause for being such a great audience. Dr. Balkrishan, I told you that he's got a very nice suit. I hope you will see what I mean. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Program Director. I hope the videographer can zoom into DDG Zungu's shoes, because that is an exhibition all on its own. To the Director General of the Department of Higher Education and Training, Dr. Sishi, dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen, Sanbonani, Dumelang, Molweni. Ladies and gentlemen, after that event that we had on the side there, which was spectacular, the vote of thanks will be extremely boring, but it's also very important. On behalf of the Department of Higher Education and Training and the CETAs, I wish to extend my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for your invaluable contributions to making this Maker Launch event for the TVET sector a resounding success. Can we put our hands together for that? Today we have gathered here to celebrate the transformative power of technology in enhancing the efficiency and effectiveness of our educational institutions through strategic collaboration. This collaboration is essential if we want to make a meaningful impact on the communities we serve, especially the poor and the working class. This event would not have been possible without the visionary leadership provided by the Director General of the Department of Higher Education and Training, Dr. Sishi. As we heard earlier, the most humble, which we agree with. The DDGs that work with him and his senior management team. DG, we value the powerful message you shared with us in your keynote address and the support that you continually provide to us to meet the demands of the PSET sector. It is a privilege and honor to serve with leaders of your caliber. I'm going to get in trouble for the next statement I'm going to make. The brainchild behind this event is the CEO of the ETDP CETA, Mr. Nesi, who wanted to celebrate the various 4IR interventions made not only by the ETDP CETA, but all the CETAs in a collaborative manner. CEO, your view on the importance of collaboration is inspirational. We also want to thank all CETA CEOs, their boards, and management for the invaluable support they provide to our institutions. When the DG called the CETA CEOs up on stage, I thought how appropriate and special, because the recognition was well-deserved. We also express our deepest appreciation to our distinguished speakers. Your expertise and examples of interventions have illuminated the path towards a more technologically empowered future for TVET colleges. Your willingness to share your knowledge and experiences has undoubtedly inspired all of us present here today. Thank you also to our beloved students who shared their experiences of the impact of the various interventions by the CETAs. When they spoke, it was really touching. To our business partners for their overwhelming support. The success of our institutions depends to a large extent on successful partnerships, as the DG explained earlier. Your contributions have made it possible for us to reach a wider audience and make a meaningful impact in the field of education. We are also grateful to our college principals who are in attendance with their students and staff and the support that they provided to this event. Dishi, I fully agree with you. Your college principals are phenomenal. I'm not linking it to any salary, but they are phenomenal. They provide exceptional support whenever called upon. As an example, DG, when we needed transport to bring our students here to this event, one of your college principals, who's part of the committee, immediately indicated, I think I can mention her name, Ms. Lekani from VMB TVET College, the principal. She immediately indicated she will provide 2 buses and they will pick up students from wherever they are in the locality and bring it to this function. So that is just one example of the support that we receive from our college principals. We also want to thank our college principals for their management of embracing technology and setting plans in place to optimally utilize technology. We also want to say thank you to the school and TVET students who made time to be with us. We hope that the presentations and exhibitions will inspire you towards technology-related careers. I also want to extend our sincere thanks to you, ladies and gentlemen, the participants who have taken time off to join us at this inaugural event. Your presence here underscores the importance of collaboration and collective action in driving positive change in our educational landscape. A special word of gratitude goes out to the organizing committee, who have worked tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure that every aspect of this event ran smoothly. Your dedication, attention to detail, and commitment to excellence have been instrumental in bringing our vision to life and creating a memorable experience for all. DG was part of this organizing committee, and every Tuesday and Friday at 7:30 before we started work, this committee met and they went through all the activities that had to be done in order to have a successful event. To our outstanding program director, my boss, DDG Zungu, thank you for directing the program in an exceptional manner, especially your witty sense of humor. You were excellent as usual. No applause? Lastly, to all stakeholders who made contributions to this event, either directly or indirectly, and I may not have mentioned your contributions, these contributions are highly valued. As we reflect on the insights gained and connections made during this event, let us carry forward the spirit of collaboration, innovation, and inclusivity in our ongoing efforts to harness the power of technology for the betterment of the TVET colleges and the communities they serve. Let us continue to work towards a future where technology serves as a catalyst for positive change and empowerment in education. I thank you.
Yeah, a big round of applause for Dr. Balkrishan. And he thinks that I'm going to give him some performance points for saying I was a good program director. And he's forgetting that I did this under duress. Ladies and gentlemen, I think you've been a wonderful audience, and it's been great being with you. In terms of the time, I think we've done very well. All in all, we're supposed to conclude the program at 3 p.m. It's now 1 p.m. exactly in my watch. I don't know your ones. If it's not 1 p.m., you might as well throw them away. We've come to an end. I think the next part will be the lunch. We will be directed by the ushers as to where the lunch is going to be served. And those that still want to go through the exhibitions, please feel free to go there, take some pictures, make sure that this event trends on your social media platforms, and make sure that we promote the 4IR as we are here to endorse this very, very exciting mega launch. Ladies and gentlemen, may I request one more item, that we all rise, including the front table. As we all rise, you'll then give a big round of applause to me as a program director. You see, I made them to give me the round of applause, Dr. Balkrishan. Thank you so much. Let's give another one to yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much.